The music will play for you.
4, 3,
Oh,
2.
sweet.
All right. So we're going live, and then we'll roll the intro.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy A1 Groundwalker here. Just kidding. It's your boy Finny Dietz and the 2/3 of the ShutterBugs crew. We're here for a hang. It's a chill episode. Am I right? We got my co-host Aiden here.
What's up?
We got two guests, two mainstays of the pod, obviously. Brian Carter, aka Cap Lives.
Hello, hello.
And the one and only Geeky Fresh, aka Gary.
Oh, it's cracking, everybody.
Glad you guys could make it. Glad I could make it. I wasn't here the last episode, so we're probably gonna have to talk about that. The reveals and stuff, because I haven't really given any thoughts on those. On the Mezco stuff especially. But yeah.
It's because you don't collect Mezco, you bum. You barely even touch their stuff.
Because I have better lines to spend my money on, bro.
We have a new Mezco collector here, though.
Who?
I ain't gonna say who.
Oh, is it Gary?
Out of 4 people, Brian.
Yeah, and it's not me, and I know it's not you. That's for sure. And I know it's already Aiden.
Aiden's already been doing it.
Yeah, I've been on Mezcos.
Actually, we can get into that later.
For sure.
I am a new Mezco collector.
I'm excited to hear about it, man. I will say, Mezco makes some quality stuff sometimes. It's just, for the price, it's not for me. I feel like a lot of the time they be slacking for how much it costs. And a lot of the time they do properties and styles that I'm not really a fan of. Like, I don't like Gomez. I don't really like a lot of the styles that they choose to do. So when they do a character that I like they do it in their own Mezco style. And that style is not really my bag, you know? But some people love it. Like Fabio, whatever his name is, he, eats it up. And that's what he likes. He likes their exclusive, their unique style. But the thing that he likes is kind of what detracts it for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love Mezco, for the most part.
That's how I felt, though.
Yeah.
What changed?
Man, it's just really just, first of all, I don't like Todd McFarlane's stuff, period. And the characters that I want, he's doing, but I don't want them like that. So I've been looking into just more black superheroes, and I wanted a Jon Stewart. I'm like, so I have I can pick between the McFarlane Jon Stewart, the cartoon Justice League Unlimited version, and I'm not rocking with that. The proportions are, although very much true to the TV show, or a little way too true to the comic TV show.
Sure.
And
it's very blocky.
And then, man, it's just nothing else. It's just I was like, you know what, man, he's affordable right now. This character's affordable. I can afford this. This is kind of like my monthly budget for February. I will cop it before it's too late, because there was only one left. So I had to get it.
That's sick, man. Yeah, I have one Mezco. It was the Old Man Logan, supplied by our man, 796 Studios. He gave it to me for a killer price. And I absolutely love that figure. I have no complaints with that figure at all. I think it's amazing. Definitely one of Mezco's best looking, in my opinion. Probably one of their best figures. But it's funny. I think I was saying this to Alex and Aiden the other day. With Mezco, I don't have a problem people buying their figures, or here's what it is. If they put out and had available the figures that I wanted, I would have a lot more Mezco than I do now. If they had Punisher and some other figures more readily available, I'd be like, yeah, I would buy those. I would put down the 80-90s.
It's hype beast.
Yeah,
after
it's
that,
supreme.
It's 80-90s. It starts at 80-90, and if you miss out on it because you weren't really sure,
or you didn't have the money at the time either.
Figure, exactly. If you don't have the money at the time, and then they're just people selling on the secondary market for $500 in your soul.
Yeah, for real. Well, it's also I don't even know if it's always, most of the time it's not even worth the 80 to 90 in my opinion. And then it's then you get up to 300. It's okay, cool. So I would never get this. That Joker, I'm like, yeah, that Joker, I'd put 60, 70 down on. Like that seems like about fair for what that is, in my opinion. But then it's like, oh yeah, now we want 400. It's like, well, I will never.
If
get
it was
that,
the
that's for
deluxe
sure.
Joker, I see like honestly real like the price of that figure. Looking at other companies, I think it should be priced like a fair price to pay for the deluxe would be $120. Like I would think that was what the deluxe would go for. Now the regular release probably like 80. Like I feel like 80 is a reasonable price, but
That's
the deluxe
fair. Well,
comes
the thing
with
is,
so much.
Yeah. I cannot put down 120. I can't put down more than 100 on any 6-inch figure, period. Like, I never have. I don't think I ever will. The most I've ever spent on a figure was my one Hot Toys that I'm probably ever going to get, which I absolutely love. And besides that, it's like the most I've ever spent was 100.
Yeah.
I got the 1000 Toys Master Chief that retailed at 120, bro. I got that thing for 60. Like, I waited. I didn't.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah, it was crazy. Shout to Juice Customs, the homie, friend of the show.
Really nice.
And dude, that's one of the best figures in my collection. I'm like, so worth it. It's worth the 120. I could never put it down though. Never. Even if they said, hey, we have Punisher right now for 120, I would say like, unless I can do like a 4 payment plan thing over like 4 months, like I'm not about to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do 120 with my budget. You know what I mean? Being in college.
For sure. Yeah, that's like, I think that's the one thing that I guess turns a lot of people away from Mezco is that, and like, I mean, it depends, and I think I was talking to Finn about this, and I think Brian and Gary, you might agree with me, but Mezco's not for every photographer or every collector. Like, I see Finn's style, and I don't think Mezco. I think Legends or Reveltech, like, it's stylized to that point where I don't think Mezco
even
works
Mafex
as much.
more than Mezco.
Yeah, oh yeah, Mafex for sure. The more plastic comic book articulated look versus like the realistic Mezco. Like when I look at Alex's style, I think Mezco. Like that's what comes to mind. He does a lot of dramatic shots with lately not a lot of crazy posing. He's done crazy posing in the past, but lately they're more static and vanilla, and I think Mezco works really well in that type of like lighting and that type of scene. So I think it's not for everyone. I think the hype beast kind of ruin the pricing for everyone too. So that definitely turns off some collectors of Mezco for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's like Supreme. Like even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to get into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
But you're definitely right. Like I love that Old Man Logan to death. I've done a lot of vanilla and stuff with it. But even me, like I like doing really, really hyper articulated stuff. Like that's why I love Reveltech. I love doing crazy poses. I love bright, exciting colors. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll do black and white stuff, but most of the time my style doesn't even lend towards Mezco, so I probably wouldn't even cop in the first place. But stuff like Punisher, that's just like a 100% like A+ home run. Like it makes me sad that I can't afford that or couldn't get it. You know what I mean? Like when it came out, I was like, I don't. You know what I mean? What am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Brian, does Brian have a Mezco?
No.
Do you think you're ever gonna cop, Brian?
Brian, don't you want like the Blade, right? You've told me like the Blade would be
Blade's
your
the one
call.
that I'm interested in, but like he was on BBTS for retail for the longest, and then he sold out. I was like, oh, I guess my plans are over now. Okay.
Well, especially with that show coming out.
Yeah.
When that show happens, bro, those things are gonna be done.
That's why you got to try to cop.
So if you
cop
can
them while
cop,
you can. Yeah. All right.
The Blade would be so sick.
Good little first discussion.
But
I
aside
think.
from that,
What were you saying, Brian?
They haven't really done anything that, aside from Blade, they haven't really done anything that interests me. Like I know a lot of people thought like the Mighty Morphin Green would pull me in. I was like,
Yeah, she doesn't like Mighty Morphin
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. Yeah. I only was
what
like.
were you saying, bro?
Oh, I was just gonna say, great first discussion. I think let's just talk about. First of all, actually, just to clarify with the viewers what this is, we were planning on, and we still are, every Thursday releasing a new podcast episode in the traditional format with 2 to 3 of our hosts, either me and Finn or me, Finn, and Alex most of the time. But because of the time limits both Finn have and me today, we kind of just chose to do a Hangout stream. And if you guys don't know, obviously we have the difference between Shutter Larvas and ShutterBugs podcast episodes, where Shutter Larvas are just smaller, ShutterBugs podcast episodes with a more concise topic. So, of course, this is a Hangout, but our last Shutter Larva was a news kind of update covering Toy Fair and Fan First Friday. We've had reviews of The Mandalorian, which was this exact crew, actually. It was me, Finn, Gary, and Brian, so you guys can go check those out as well. And we're planning, if there's some interest, we are planning on doing at least one WandaVision overview of the series, and then doing some Falcon and Winter Soldier reviews every week as well. So you guys can tune in for those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I will put this out there to any of our viewers if you exist. I would love, and I know me, Aiden, I'm guessing Brian and Gary and Alex would too. I would love to review some like trades and like some comics and just like have like a. I mean, we read one, we prepared for one, Aiden, but we just never got to record it.
Yeah, Paper Girls, right?
But I would love to like, yeah, we read all of Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls, the first volume, and we were going to talk about it. Brian, amazing book, one of my favorite indie titles out there, and so
I love his saga stuff. So and
we could do saga reviews because I own the first 7 volumes of it. And I've never read it. So if there's any interest for that, let us know. And
or like any trades, TV shows, movies like that come out, we can jump on if there's a lot of pull and traction and the viewership of them. Like I could see us whenever Black Widow ever hits, like doing a review of Black Widow, because that's definitely going to be in our wheelhouse. So
definitely.
Yeah,
for sure.
Black Lightning.
Yep, I'd be down to do.
Is that a show that's coming out?
Yeah.
Black Lightning? Yeah, it's on right now.
Yeah,
that can be your guys' thing. That's CW, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Finn's not a big CW fan.
I'm cool.
Clown.
But that's the great thing is we have a revolving door of hosts and guest hosts that are always down to talk about stuff.
That's true.
So even if we have to do a comic book review episode of just me and Brian, or just me, Brian, Aiden, and Gary, or whoever, we're gonna make it happen. So if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, anything you guys want us to review or look back on, even from the past, let us know.
For sure.
We'll try to get to it. I think it's really fun.
For sure. So that's kind of the update for you guys. Again, we're going to be releasing episodes every Thursday. That's guaranteed. You guys can expect possibly on certain days there to be impromptu live streams or episodes just based on what's going on. So whether it's a review or a news update or whatever, those can come out those days as well. So always keep your head on a swivel. But on every Thursday, you can consistently expect an episode from us in some sort of fashion. Let's talk about our pickups on this nice hangout session. Who wants to start?
I have some good. I would like to go first because I was gonna talk about this before we started recording, but I was like, I'll save it for the pod.
Let's talk about it.
So I did get the Mayfex Superman in.
Let's go.
I don't want to. I mean, I have some thoughts. I might be getting a replacement because there's some issues with it. Like there's some glue and the torso's coming apart and stuff. I mean, this was factory feel, guys. The guy I bought it from is a good friend, super great guy. But it was just kind of disfigured. So I'm probably hopefully going to be getting a replacement for that. But besides those issues, man, I love this figure so much. It is so good. It would actually be perfect to me if it had a smiling head. Like there would not be one issue. Yeah. That is my only problem with the figure, man. I love the cape. Is like works effortlessly. Mm-hmm. I love the way the colors look, man. They're not muted at all. Like they're very vibrant and bright. Like it's very comic accurate to Jim Lee's art too. It mostly. Like the joints work pretty well. I wish there was a little bit more range with his feet joints. Like I would love to get him more with like his toes be able to go really far down, but they can only go down so far, like with his ankles. But that's all. These are all nitpicks, man. Besides like the actual factory issues, I really have no complaints about that guy at all. Aiden, you have him, right?
Oh yeah, that figure is one of my favorite figures I own right now, and just for the fact that. This is going to sound pretty redundant compared to Finn's story he just told, but the QC issues on mine are like non-existent. Every joint is tight. Every hand slips on perfectly. I mean, he is a perfect figure, at least for me, for sure.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's like the dream Superman. I did the swap with the Icons kind of smiling head, and it looked all right. It wasn't. I know Brian was roasting me for it last night. It's not the best looking swap. It could be worse though. Like I have to make do with what I got right now. I was doing some shots of like him and Jonathan Kent last night, from Super Sons, which is a book everyone should read. So good. But I'm really excited to hopefully get a replacement on that. I actually have some other things. I just got something today, which was the new Hand Ninja, the Legends one. You know what I'm talking about? The the one with from the Stiltman wave, dude. He's actually really clean. I was like, everyone was like, bro, the G.I. Joe one's so much better, and AI is so much better. And I'm like, okay, well, I hate the scale for articulated icons, man. I hate it. They're so tiny.
AI is trash.
They're fragile too. They're like.
I don't mind the height of the AI ninjas, but I think the Marvel Legends Hand Ninja is kind of tall.
Yeah, but he fits perfectly still with Legends, though.
Yeah, and that's mostly what I collect. So I'm like, Legends, it's a Legends Ninja. I'm hopefully going to get like 4 to 6 of them, 4 at the minimum, but if I can find them, like, we'll see. I was shocked when I saw this guy in the pegs, but it was so funny because they didn't have Prowler or Miles, but they had the Hand Ninja, which I was kind of like, people really be taking those figures over this guy, like the army builder. I mean, I have the Miles. I picked my buddy Mason gifted me late Christmas gift. He got me the Miles, which I actually haven't seen anywhere. So I was like, wow, thank you so much. And then I bought Peter, the Peter Parker one, because that figure just looks so good.
Yeah,
and then I got Frogman the other day. Like I'm almost built the Bath. I found Spider-Gwen today, but I get paid tomorrow. So I'm like, I'll just get it tomorrow. So I put it in behind the coolers in my local Target. So hopefully she will be there tomorrow. But he's really dope. But I like the accessories. I mean, more accessories, more hands would obviously be great. But the articulation is pretty good too. The way that they have the double waist joint thing that they do on is pretty nice.
Lightning collection. That's why. That's why you like it, because it's Lightning collection.
Well, we love Lightning collection in this house. That's for sure. I was telling Brian last night, Gary, when that line came out, I was talking to my buddy Stones about it, and I was like, "Hey, man, like I know you love
That's
Rangers."
That's a cool nickname to have, Stones.
Bro, he's a loyal listener of the show, great friend, worked on Mighty Morphin. Like this dude he's the man. But he's a huge Rangers fan, and so he was like really excited about this. He was really excited about this new line, and I was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna get this because I don't need another line to collect. Like I'm already like deep into Legends in Black series. What do I need a Power Rangers line for? The only ones I would really be interested in are Mighty Morphin and SPD anyways, so I'm probably not going to get much of these. I was like, you know what I'll do? I'm like, I'll get that White Ninja, the White Ranger, the one from Mighty Morphin. I'm like, I'll get that, and like that'll be good. Like that's all I really need. Bro, I'm like 16 figures deep in this line right now. I'm like, how did this happen?
It just happens.
It's one of the best lines out right now for the price.
It just
It's
happens.
addicting, man.
That's a good line for sure.
I was telling Brian this yesterday too. Legends just needs to do what Lightning Collection is doing. Just say we're going to give you twice as many hands, a bunch more accessories, and then we're just going to give you one. We're just going to release BAFs as big figures. I do not know why they're still clinging on to BAFs, man.
It's because it's literally a money-making strategy. I think we were talking about this our last episode, but they just want. The reason why they didn't release in that new villains wave coming out, they didn't release all the trademark villains like Doom, Red Skull, Kang, like a whole like villains wave, was because they want to spread out their major villains and then pack in ones that people don't really care about. And then the Build-A-Figure is the incentive to complete the wave. And that's why people buy the whole wave. So if they get rid of Build-A-Figures, then when they do that kind of marketing strategy of, we'll include like 3 really good figures that people are going to want, and then 3 kind of like low light figures, and people wouldn't buy the whole wave. They would just buy those 3.
I mean, I get it. It makes sense, but it's like, bro, I
as a collector, we don't want it. We want what you were just saying. No Build-A-Figure. We want more hands and everything.
I also get the point of saying, hey, we're not just going to in one wave drop every single villain everyone wants. Like, yeah, you should spread that out. Like Lightning Collection did that. They didn't just make the whole first wave Mighty Morphin and then be done with it. Like, they knew that a lot of their base would just quit. So they're like, okay, we're going to spread these out for the first 2 or 3 years. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But like, dude, no one is barely. I don't want to say nobody or barely, but I rarely see people like just like completing waves just to get the BAF anymore. You know
I don't think.
I
think it's also completionists too who do it for sure.
Yeah, Kingpin. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Aiden? I'm sorry.
Oh, I just think completionists do it. Like, also, it's not just like there's people who want the Build-A-Figure for who it is for sure. Like, again, the Kingpin wave, I collected all of it, and I did not want like most of those figures. And there's waves that are coming out that are I haven't seen a Build-A-Figure that's come out lately that I've been like blown away with. But when it happens, people do it for that reason. And when the Build-A-Figure is like, okay, people just do it because they're completionists. This is their line that they're collecting every figure of. They're trying to complete every wave. Like, they want that ability to say that they've, gotten everything. So that's what they're doing.
I guess so. But I feel like those people are becoming fewer and farther between as things get more expensive. Like, I understand being that when Legends were $15. Like, yeah, I'll just get everything. Like, okay, who cares? But now it's like, bro, you're going to be paying $22 for a Legend. Like, you better like that figure. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already like, I was hesitating. I'm still hesitating on getting that Spider-Gwen. The only reason why I'm so down to get that Spider-Gwen is because the day I bought the Absorbing Man one, I think was what it was, right? Or was that a different wave? The one that came out with Venom.
Absorbing Man, yeah.
It was with Venom in the same wave. The day I bought that one, I found it at Target, bro. I pulled it out of the packaging. Its torso was just in 2 pieces, and I was like, okay. So now, like, or it's abdomen. So now, whenever I want to pose her up, I have to like push them together to make them like her be able to stand. So I can't even do poses with her. So I'm like, I need this new Spider-Gwen for sure. But at $22, man, like I'm not gonna be picking up every single figure I want, or if I do, I'm gonna have to be selling them because like that's a lot of money. I can't be. And granted, that's me on a college budget. I know a lot of people are here like full blown adults, like they can afford to drop that type of coin on Legends. But I'm like, I have to be picking and choosy. That's why I like the big fig. I can't talk today. The big figures, like when Lightning Collection does it, bro. I was telling Brian this yesterday. Both of their releases now they're 2 for 2. Like King Sphinx and the Pumpkin Rapper are both like awesome figures. And like the Pumpkin Rapper is not huge, but he comes with a lot of stuff, and that head is really big. Like they're way worth the $30. Although, oh yeah, pause that for sure. But GameStop, bro, GameStop has them for 22. That's how I got my King Sphinx. It was $22 at GameStop. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, like I noticed that in Targets and GameStop, they're quick to discount like Lightning Collection figures. Like they want them off the shelves as fast. Like right at my store, there's a stack of Spectrum series 2-packs for the SPD Blue and the Andros and Astronomer ones for right now. Just a whole stack of them. Now, mind you, that's just the box looking different. It's nothing new, but they're just sitting there. But there are no other figures in all my Targets and Walmarts. There are no other Lightning Collection figures right now.
Dude, that's what I'm about to say. Mine like fly off the shelves. Like at my local Walmart and Target, I rarely see a Lightning Collection figure ever. And when I do, it's like in Space Yellow or like the gold Beast Morpher guy. Like that's it.
Space Yellow. That's a great figure.
It looks cool, but it's also just like, I don't know. It's hard for them to keep on shelves. The only time I ever see Lightning Collections on clearance or even discounted is at GameStop when it's always that Psycho Blue. Like that's it.
Yeah, so trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, for real. The Lightning Collection be killing it. I was saying yesterday, like, man, I really do love what Hasbro's putting out, what they're doing, like the G.I. Joe stuff. The only thing, I mean, I hate the distribution in Household Target. I hate that. One of my really good buddies. I was at this like church thing the other day, and one of my really good buddies, who's my Target plug, was there, and so I always talk to him about like, I'm like, yo, have you encountered any Joe collectors lately? And he's like, bro, everyone in the store hates G.I. Joe collectors. They are the worst. Them and Hot Wheels collectors. He's like, because at least
the
Joe
Hot Wheels
don't
collectors
sit on the ground. He's like, they'll like dump out a whole bin of them and just like stack them up and like go through them on the ground and like sit on the ground and like go through Hot Wheels. And I was like, that's crazy. And then he brought a buddy with him, and he also worked at the same Target. And he was like, yo, bro, I recognize you from your pictures on Instagram. And he's like, I love helping you find stuff at the store. I was like, wow, thank you so much. And I was like, so any luck of me getting a G.I. Joe Firefly? And he's like, not unless you're going to be at the store the day we get them in stock and wait outside early in the morning. He's like, there's no way anyone's getting them. My other buddy who works at a different Target, like 45 minutes away, was like, bro, you're never going to find this figure. And I'm like, come on. It sucks so bad. Those are exclusives, bro. That sucks.
Hey, I mean, I did find a freaking what's her face, a Baroness.
Yeah, you did.
So did I.
Crazy.
You never know, y'all. You never know.
That is fair, dude. The face I made when I found that hand ninja today, I wasn't even planning on looking in Target for anything today. I was like, I might as well just swing by, bro. I geeked. I was so excited. I was nervous they were gonna have it street dated or something like Aiden with that Carnage.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
What a good
I
story.
ran to a street date with Thrawn.
Yep, Brian
Oh,
also.
that's
I think Brian's honestly was
And
worse.
then they lifted the street date like the very next week. I was pretty upset.
Yeah, for sure.
So annoying, dude. But yeah, I love Hasbro. Sorry, I'm not trying to just derail the conversation talking
You're
about
good.
Lightning Rare. But yeah, those are basically my pickups. Hand Ninja, Mayfex Superman. I actually ordered a bunch of GPS lot clothing, so I have a hoodie and 2 different sizes of pants on the way. And then what I'm going to buy tomorrow when I get paid is the V Toys blank male body or whatever for a custom that I'm going to be
Nice.
soon.
Wait, didn't you get SPD Pink or?
I had to cancel her, thankfully, because I had to pay some bills or whatever. But then they weren't like as immediate as I thought they were going to be, and so I just used that money on the Hand Ninja today.
Gotcha. Good.
Yes, sir. Brian actually moved to General.
That's all right. I can bring him back. Gary, let's hear your let's hear your pickups. You got anything from the past week you want to talk about? review?
Yeah, I got in pretty much the latest wave of Lightning Collection figures, except for Leo. I didn't really need him just yet, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because from judging from the reviews, like, yeah, I would probably just want that extra hand that he got. Like, the bazooka and stuff is cool, but now that whole Lost Galaxy line is inconsistent from here on out.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting Dino Thunder Blue. He's amazing, and SPD Pink, and I believe Zeo Green is coming in soon too. I pretty much canceled my whole Big Bad Toy Store order, because usually I just get the box from them. But I'm noticing that once Amazon has it earlier, I'm just gonna stick with Amazon from now on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ethan's great. SVD Pink is decent. Like, there's some inconsistencies with her too, in terms of just paint, and even her accessories, because I believe her freaking morpher is not the same as everyone else's morpher for some reason. And honestly, she can't even hold it anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So, which kind of sucks, but still. But other than that, she's still a really good figure to have. Like, I haven't shot anything with her just yet. And then I was talking to The Amazing, and then he was just showing me pictures of him doing his little SHF. What is it called? He did surgery basically on his figure.
Oh yeah, he replaced
Added
the hand
hands.
joints or whatever, right?
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, that's nice, man. If only I had SHF figures like that.
SHF joints lying around.
All I have is Street Fighter, so that's not gonna work. But yeah, she's pretty cool, and I know I was really hoping that today Amazon would treat me and be like, yo, we have your stuff packed, it's shipping today. That Mezco figure, my first Mezco figure, is coming in tomorrow, and that's the Mezco John Stewart Green Lantern.
That's so exciting.
I was on the fence about this thing for like weeks, like like Brian could attest to me, like, talking about, not really wanting to get this, but then at the same time, just like, it's a really nice figure to have, but nobody else is doing anything that's remotely even close to this right now. So yeah, I'm gonna end up getting that tomorrow, and then, because I really wanted to shoot him this month, which I'm still gonna shoot him this month, and I'm gonna shoot him in the future with some other crossovers and stuff. I have a lot of cool plans, but I actually do still plan on buying both of the McFarlane Green Lanterns, and then I'm gonna give them to like a dog or something.
Why?
That's
Because
hilarious.
his figures are disgusting looking.
McFarlane
Wait,
is
why buy them,
disgusting.
then?
Oh, I want the accessories to give them to Mezco John Stewart.
Hey, send them my way.
So
Don't
yeah.
give them to a dog. Send them to this dog.
Oh my god.
You like that, huh? Yeah, okay.
No.
It was interesting, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I got much else besides I got Mafex Superman like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's pretty awesome. I can't wait to start shooting him pretty soon. My only real gripe that I had with him, besides the lack of accessories, was the fact that his head can't go up all the way back the way I want it to go.
That's fair.
So you can do really good Superman pose, but you can still you can still move his chest up, to get him in really good flight poses, like how classic would be.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
Did you turn the neck joint around? Because like most Mayfix, you have that bend in the neck joint.
Yeah.
Turn that around, you get extra range.
Oh, really? I'll check that
Yeah,
out.
it's kind of hard to turn though. Like, you have to do it with some way to grip it, because if not, it'll just roll around in your hands. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Pause, I guess. I don't know.
God.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on now.
Finn's staying on the sus stuff.
Pretty
I
much
swear.
it. Yeah.
Dude, McFarlane would really be dropping the ball so much, dude. McFarlane really be dropping the ball, because I found that last night on Earth Batman today, and I really want that figure because I really like the straitjacket look with the Joker in the jar, but I'm like, I can't justify paying $20 for this hand ninja and then trying to pay $20 for that Batman too. That looks like it's gonna move like a brick, dude.
Because it is gonna move like
Yeah, does not
just
have any mess for it.
Just give those toys to stray dogs on the street.
Yep. Yep.
Some of them are good though, man. There are a few hits.
There's
out
a few
there.
that
The Azrael
look
one is
good.
Really nice.
Rarely any of them move as well as any 6-inch figure like you will pick up.
That's fair. Azrael moves pretty well. The Grim Knight Batman moves pretty well. The White Knight Batman doesn't move that great, but so I mean it's hit and miss for me a lot of the time, but it's mostly a miss if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
It's mostly a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Brian, what do you got coming in, or what'd you get in?
Absolutely nothing.
Really, nothing at all?
Jordans?
Since Hush Batman, that's all I got. That's my last pickup.
Well, you weren't on for Hush Batman, so talk about it. How you feeling about Hush Batman? Give us a little review.
Oh yeah, I want to hear
The
about
black
figure,
version, to be
course.
obvious.
Yeah, the black version. My preferred look for Batman is gray and black, so I'm really into this. He's really cool. You're talking about how you can turn the neck joint, but the Ben did it. Mine is really stiff. I need to find a way to loosen that up so I can get some better range of motion. But aside from that, great figure. I'm not really missing the Bruce Wayne head. Surprisingly, thought I would, but
Oh, wow.
I love the figure.
Oh, it doesn't come with a Bruce Wayne head?
No, but it comes with the gargoyle, little miniature gargoyle. It's not miniature, but
So it's like, what do you want? Like, do you want a gargoyle or do you want this?
seriously, that's kind of how it is. And I picked up both, and I got the best of both worlds. And honestly, I picked up both just because I like the black and gray suit too. But yeah, they kind of just swapped the head for the gargoyle, because that's like literally the only difference.
Yeah, and I thought the cape was going to be huge. It's fine for me.
Yep.
My wires are like a little aren't really tucked into like the cowl like it should be. And I asked Michael Wisman about it, and he was like, "Yeah, that's like really hard to do." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna try because I don't want to damage this figure."
Yeah,
And
for sure.
then I just wish I had more DC figures to pose with him. Like I have some Icons figures, but my Green Arrow is he's way too short to go with my Batman. So I always have when I
Really?
have shots with them, it's like prop him up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
because that's before they upscaled the line.
I have the Green Arrow. I don't think I've posed them together, but I didn't think it was that crazy.
Yeah, Harley looks great. She works fine, but Green Arrow's a little too short. So I was putting like on one of my light remotes, and just he looks taller, so it scales better.
It's dope.
And that's
You been messing with that camera at all yet, Brian?
yeah, I've been switching back and forth between my camera and my phone camera.
Send some shots. I would love to see what they look like.
It's just like 1 or 2 shots I think I worked on.
Brian, have you figured out the situation with the photo like app thing that was tied to the other thing that you were kind of having trouble with?
Well, I have to factory reset it, and I haven't looked that up yet.
Oh, come on, get on it. Oh,
That sucks.
awesome. Good pickups. I guess I can go for pickups.
Yes.
Let's see. So I got my second. I had pre-ordered this way in the fall. I got my second Gold Skull Ninja from Mezco, which is, I mean, those figures are, even though they're like the Gomez, I guess, like franchise and brand that Mezco's building, and I normally don't really mess with that too hard. I mean, those are some of the best clothed 6-inch figures I've ever posed or even dealt with in my life. And this sucks because it just, it gives the possibility, like Mezco's like, this is what we could do for a lot of the figures we're releasing in our licenses, like John Wick and all of these other figures, but instead we're just gonna devote all these resources to our own franchise because we don't think it's
For
worth
real,
it.
dude.
And it sucks because again, exactly, the figure's so
Y'all
good.
want this? Nah.
Yeah, brutal. So Mezco's dirty for that, but again, solid figure. And then I got obviously Hush. Superman came in, amazing. Can't say enough good things about that figure. I think Mezco Mayfex knocked it out of the park with that release for sure. Then I got my GameStop pre-order in for Black Series Commander Cody. I'd been waiting on that for like now a month, I think, and I got it for retail, so that was a score because
Good job.
that original Commander Cody, the price on that for until
Oh my
recently was
gosh,
just
dude.
through the roof. It was insane. You were never touching that unless they re-released it, and thank God they did.
Black Series stuff always skyrockets, man.
Yep, but you
That's
can
why you gotta get it when you
almost
can,
always
bro.
count
You
on a
have to.
re-release. Like almost always. Sand Trooper,
That's fair.
Cody, all the ones from like
we
the
never
original
got-
waves, we got.
Oh, I guess we did in the
re-releases.
blue wave, didn't we? But the blue wave one was different than the orange boxes.
Yeah,
The blue
true,
box ones were.
true. But yeah,
that is a shame, bro. I don't know. They finally are starting to get it though, like
Yeah.
of how to do troopers and how to do like more of the army builder stuff. Like for a while, it was like, yeah, you might be able to get this sand trooper.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get one. It's like okay, but now it's like now we got the stormtroopers, we got the remnant troopers, we got the incinerator troopers. It's like it's a trooper collector's dream.
Yeah, they're doing Black Series is doing their own thing, in their own right, and I think it's pretty awesome to see that
They're kind of being quiet right now.
leveled up.
Nothing's
Yeah,
really
there's some
happening.
sort of special needs group or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing's really happening with them right now. Like I mean, I guess the Bo-Katan stuff.
Well, they
like,
had a
that
lot
wave-
of
what wave is
announcements
that?
that one.
Bo-Katan looks fire. Bro.
She looks fire.
Do you-
Wait,
Do
what
you
wave
have
is
her,
that?
Gary?
Oh no! Not
Oh yeah,
yet.
the new Bad Batch one they just announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're doing some. They're making some moves, but they had like such a crazy year last year with so many releases.
I mean, they already
I'm like, I
had some
understand why they're
reveals earlier this year, but a lot of those I feel like are coming. I mean, like the or not the Sand Trooper, the Sand person.
Don't get me
Sand
excited.
people.
Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, the Tusken
Oh
Raiders.
yeah,
thank
'cause
you.
they have the archive stuff
Yeah.
coming out. They have
Yeah.
that whole thing. I'm excited. I think I have the Ventress pre-ordered.
Yep.
I have one of the re-release of the Shore Troopers pre-ordered, which I have 4 of those now, which is so nice. 4 Shore Troopers. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, I guess you're right. It's just like everything feels like it's like Legends and Lightning Collection right now. Like I don't really hear much about Black Series at the moment.
Well, that's only Lightning Collection now, because you go months without news on Lightning Collection.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like in like November, December-ish, like it was like Black Series all the time. Like that.
Well,
was
I'm
what we were
happy
hearing
because
about
my
constantly,
wallet needs a
like,
break from collecting Black Series as much as
Yeah,
I
I
was
feel
back,
that one,
back
bro.
then. Because like
You're telling me.
end of 2020, early 2021, it was like Black Series was the only line I was focused on for a bit. I mean, I kind of dropped
I'm
Legends
so with
too.
you, bro. 2020 was the year of the Trooper for me. Like,
Oh
golly, I
my
probably bought what? Over 20 different troopers? No, wait, way more than that. I bought 13 stormtroopers. I got 6 remnant troopers. I got 2 incinerator troopers. I got 4 Ahsoka clones. I got 4 Phase 1 clones. And I know I'm leaving. I got 2 shore troopers. 3 shore
Did you
troopers,
get
actually.
any of the Camino clones?
I got 1 Camino clone. I got a scout trooper. Dog, what the freak? That is bonkers.
Don't.
You got a problem, Aiden. I mean, Finn, you have a problem.
That's
dare
it.
you.
That's all
I
you got?
think I got more than that too. I mean, that's still a lot. What do
Gary,
you-
that's all you got.
Well, that's over 30 troopers. I think. Oh, and I have
30. You need a garrison. That's
I
not
got-
enough.
2
Garrison.
Mandalorians. What else did I pick up
Come
that
on.
was trooper related back
Come
then?
on,
I
Finn.
got
Don't you want to make? Don't you
4
wanna recreate that
droids.
scene?
I got 4 droids. Thanks Aiden for one of those. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
I got a bunch of freaking troopers last year. I needed to chill, but also I sold a lot of video games and toys to pay for those. So
Yeah, you do
I'm-
need to chill. That is
Look
correct.
how much of your soul you've just lost already.
and I got the Commander Cody hot toy, which is probably the crown jewel of my collection.
The
God.
big trooper,
You got the you got the
He
big
is a
trooper,
beauty.
King
the
Trooper.
big daddy.
God.
Dude, facts. Besides the topic though, Aiden. So I've been talking about for like years how I've wanted to shoot film, like film photography, and I finally over the summer I found like at a yard sale like some old like 35mm camera, film camera for like $10 with like an extra lens, and so I was like I'll pick this up. I got a box of film from a yard sale for like $1, which is a very good price for expired film. And then I was like, I'll mess with this. And then I've just been so busy I haven't been able to touch it. But I was like, I'm gonna try to learn how to do it. So I tried loading in the film myself. But if you've never messed with a 35mm camera and tried to load in film without knowing what you're doing, like manually, it's like what are you even like? You have to like put the roll in there, pull it over to a certain point, like pull it into the roll, like the cranky thing. You have to like crank it a couple times, and you have to make sure the rewind knob is like it's a lot. And so I was like, I can't figure this out at all. This is not working. And then I remembered there's a local camera shop right next to my local Target. So I called them. I was like, hey, can I get some advice on this? And the guy was like, sure, my brother. My name is Jesse. How can I help you? I was like, thank you, Jesse. Please help me with this. And he's like, why don't you come on down? We'll give you a hand. I was like, okay. And so I went all the way down to this camera shop. And dude, the guy like showed me how to do everything with my camera and like gave me some tips and then gave me his business card so I could like call him and ask him if I had any more questions. So nice. And so
Yeah, be careful about stuff like that. That sounded kind of
A little sus.
Yeah.
Oh
wait,
my
what,
goodness.
Gary? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. It's like, you know what? Forget telling you. How about you come on?
No, it was
Probably
it
a
was a
lot
public
easier to
place.
show.
Camera
It was like
lessons
4
out of
p.m.
his
It
white
was in the
van.
middle of a plaza.
wasn't it?
Well, yeah, show what?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
No,
Easier to show
no,
you,
he was
tell you, buddy.
Jesse. Shout out to you, buddy. Jesse at Dog Camera. What a guy.
Oh, we doxing people? Okay, Jesse.
Scary. But so I was out the last 2 days shooting some film around my neighborhood and stuff, and I'm really excited to see how they turn out.
What is like the difference between those, like your camera that you would use for toy photography and that camera? I know I don't want to like get too far off that, but I like talking about photography. So.
So basically, it's like the difference. Well, one, obviously, digital versus like normal film, and so the difference of you can get multiple types of films with multiple types of camera to get different types of results. So I picked up an ISO 400 pack of some old film, which basically, like, the way that I've learned that the film cameras work is that like depending on the ISO you get of the film is like what you set your camera to. So like on your camera, how you can be like, oh, it's really dark, I'll just crank it up to ISO 1600. You can't do that with that camera, because what you're doing, if you change the ISO in the camera on shooting film, it apparently will like, it'll tell your camera, okay, we need to be less, you need to be more or less light sensitive, and it'll either really overexpose or underexpose your shot. So what you do more is you more mess with aperture and shutter speed, obviously, than you would just on a digital SLR. But basically, it gives it a different feel. It gives it different tones, different warmths and stuff, depending on what type of what film you're shooting on, what types. And also, it's really cool to learn how to develop your own film, which I want to learn eventually. But like you can control things about it. You can mess with the negatives and like really bring things out of the film that you wouldn't normally be able to. It's kind of like it's kind of hard to explain, and I haven't done it for very long, but from what I understand, it's like it gives it a whole different look. Like you get natural grain, you get natural colors, and a very nice like pillowy, like blissful look for depending on the film you're using. But I'm really excited about it, and especially I've been doing photography for so long. I'm such like a camera head that I'm really excited to be able to like try out this aspect of that. You know what I mean? Like something I've wanted to do for so long.
Right. Yeah, that's good. That's what's up.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna try to take like 1 to 2 toy shots with it though to see how they look on film. I think that'd be really fun. We'll see. Anyways, Aiden, did you leave us?
Oh, I'm still here. I was waiting.
Bro, what is DeQuazy doing, bro? Says he joined 4 times. But anyways, I will say, out of all the pickups I got, dude, I cannot talk today. I'm so sorry. I've been doing some reading. I've been reading through the House of X stuff. I finally finished that. Amazing. Love Jonathan Hickman's work on that. I just started reading his X-Men solo run after that, so I have X-Men Volume 1 and 2 that I forgot I had. So I've been reading those. And then I've also been trying to get some inspiration for like my art for school and just like my art personally and stuff. So I've been reading through the Marvel Art of Scotty Young book. My parents got me for Christmas because he's one of my favorite comic book artists of all time. And dude, wow, it is incredible. Like, you know, I'm gonna look up to see if there's like a digital PDF anywhere or something like that, because bro, like the way that it's presented so cleanly, and his art is so unique, but it like kind of shows a timeline of like how his art style developed over the years. Like when he started off in the early 2000s, it was very like he had done a lot of graffiti art before, so it was very super stylized, and he was trying to find his like his style, and he was trying to find like what his like looks were. And dude, it's the stuff he did too. Like he did the manga Spider-Man art, like the Spider Clan type thing, and I love that. Like he was the one who I think drew him first, was the manga Spider-Man. And dude, it's like it is such a high quality book, but there's so much art and there's so much inspiration. Like there's stuff in there that I forgot he even did. Like he did some issues of the Venom solo run that Ramos was doing, which was crazy. Like he did like some early X-Men stuff. He did an Iceman and Human Torch book like individually, and I didn't even know he did those, and I had never even heard of those before. So I'm like, okay, well maybe I should like give some of these runs a try. But after I finish up this X-Men stuff, I have to get back into Invincibles because I got 5 volumes in and I loved it, but I never got to finish it, so I need to get back on that. Anyone else reading anything good lately?
I've been catching up on my stuff. I read Spider-Man Miles Morales, catching up on that book. So good. The best Miles Morales run we have had. And then reading, what's her name? Eve Ewing's Champions run, because I really like what Jim Zub did. Sadly, that got canceled. And then I really liked what Eve Ewing was doing with Ironheart. Sadly, that also got canceled. So she's doing the new Champions run. I'm really looking at that book too. Cyclops showed up because he was like, he was an original member of that team, and then he had to go back to his time. And then we see him again. He's an adult, but he remembers all his adventures with the Champions. So like,
Oh, that's
really
tight.
cool.
Oh man, yes, I've always liked that with Cyclops. Being young Cyclops being a part of the team, because you do need a mutant. I feel like that's just, you gotta have like a mutant, you gotta have an Inhuman, and that's kind of like shows what the Champions is about, like that diversity. That they can 100%. Do better than the previous Avengers, because remember, Rage hated the Avengers, and
is Rage on the Champions?
Nah,
he's like
old.
Rage is.
I thought he was old. Wait, Brian, answer me this. So I only got to maybe like issue 10 or 12 of the original Champions run with Ramos, and I think that was Mark Waid who did it, and I really loved what I read. But how did Cyclops grow up to be an adult again? What happened there?
He just went back to his like original time, because he was like the time displaced Cyclops, so he had to go back to his timeline.
Or then how did we get our
past? They revived him after something. I forgot. Is it Fall of X where he comes back? Or that's when we find out how he died?
Because I thought he died because of the Phoenix stuff, right?
Yeah. No, he died because of Terrigen.
Yeah,
he died.
Yeah, you're right.
And then he comes back, and like Kamala like sees him across the battlefield. He looks at her, and like they start crying, and they hug each other. I remember all of it, everything. I was like, oh.
Wait, that's in the latest Champion run?
Oh no, that's from another book. I think that's from Champions, but that's from like Jim Zub's run. So that was a really good moment.
I'll have to read that for sure.
I like little heartfelt moments like that.
Oh, dude, for real. Aiden, what have you been reading, bro?
The Miles book that happened was really good.
Bro, I have to read that. I have to get up on the Miles book, because I used to do so good. I was up to date on every single Miles thing, and now I just have kind of fallen off.
Me too.
I'm loving it. Because they're actually doing things with his character, like. And they're growing his life. Like, he has a sister now. Like,
what?
Yeah.
It's kind of lit.
Rio and Jessica
had a baby,
had a
right?
kid. Yeah.
Oh, he had a baby. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, a full-grown adult kid again? Like,
no.
Some WandaVision stuff. Wink, wink.
And then, like, his dad changes his last name to Morales for like a fresh start, because he was like, I don't know why my parents even named Jefferson Davis. That name brings nothing but trouble. So he changed his last name to Morales.
That's
kind of awesome.
But okay.
I gotta read that, bro.
I don't know why my parents would name me Jefferson Davis. Because your dad's last name is Davis, but okay.
But why would they name him Jefferson? The Confederate president?
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of white black people named after white folks.
So I was like, and then he was like, I needed a fresh start anyway, because my brother was like, complicated. I have a complicated past. And so he changed his name to Rio's last name.
I have a question, bro. Can we address why all the Read Comic Online books have the worst, most horny ads ever, bro? Like, so
it's been a minute since I've been on there.
Websites, bro. Well, where do you read your books? Just you buy them?
I mean, no. I mean, it's been a minute. As in, like, I haven't been reading comic books lately. I've been reading like novels, like. Not to get off track too far, but I'm still reading Light of the Jedi, and I am reading another novel. I think it's called Black Buck. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I sent the link in the Discord to whoever's listening. I threw Brian back in here. That's the link to the Marvel book, the Scotty Young art, and if you guys like look at that, you'll see what I'm talking about, dude. Like, if you just scroll down a little bit, like, his art started off being so manga-esque and so like hyper stylized, and then like the stuff he's doing with Venom right there, that cover where it's like the tongues around his face if you scroll down, and then he did stuff on the New Warriors, which I actually read years ago around Civil War era, and I totally forgot. I didn't even know that was him. And then they got into like his more current style with the Wizard of Oz stuff, where it's very like cutesy, but it has a lot of like straying, like very like interesting singular lines that give it kind of like dark feel. Like, his art is very cute, but also like very creepy at the same time a lot of the time. And it's just, he's so insanely talented. Like, oh my gosh, dude, I freaking love it. But yeah, he's definitely one of my
Nice.
favorite.
Because I didn't
Definitely.
really start following him until like the Marvel Baby stuff.
Yeah, the little Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got introduced to him, to the Marvel Baby stuff. For sure.
That's how I got introduced to him as well, besides the manga Spider-Man, because that was like when I started kind of buying single issues. It was like 2013, 2014, and I think it was the original Sin little Marvel cover that like it was a print that I got for free from the comic shop, and I was like, okay, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, I love this.
Yeah, and ever since then, I was trying to keep up on all the variants that was Scotty Young related.
Yeah, I love
And I
those,
just
dude.
stopped after a while. I was like, yeah, he does a lot of variants.
He
And
does,
I
dude. He does
and
a
I like
ton.
his original one. What is it? I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah, I love that book.
I love that book.
You know what they need to bring back, bro? They need to bring back the hip hop covers. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, of course.
Those were so good. So I collected
them all.
I got like 8 or 9 of the single issue. When they were dropping. I remember me and my dad, bro, because my dad was like into hip hop stuff in the 90s. He's one of the reasons why I got into it to this day. But I remember we were like, okay, the ones we have to find are the Chronic one with Doctor Strange, the Mystic or whatever, and we have to find Spider-Man, which is the Midnight Marauders cover. I was like, if we find those two, we're good. Because I was like, and we found I got the Iron Man, Get Rich or Die Trying one. I got I think I got the Kamala Khan, Lauryn Hill one. I got the A-Force NWA one. I got the Far Side one with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I was like, all these amazing 10 out of 10 classic hip-hop albums that I love, I'm like, I can get them like in comic form. It's so cool. They're so good, dude.
Yeah, they need to redo that. I wouldn't mind if it wasn't even just hip hop, just like albums in general.
That would be sick too.
That'd be pretty cool.
Or if they did like recent hip hop stuff too, like so it's not all just classic stuff. I mean, I guess we got a Tyler the Creator one with the Squirrel Girl. Like we got some recent stuff. But what if they did it like, yeah, just like
because I remember they did Deadpool. Deadpool had a his was Wale.
I think you're right. I have the book right next to me. Let me pull it out.
Deadpool's was Wale.
That's so dope, dude. I'm looking at it right now, the book, dude. Oh man, there's so many good ones. I think the art style in the Doctor Strange one, it was like my favorite. Bro, I'm so bummed I never got the Ready to Die one, the Ready to Shrink with Ant-Man.
You didn't get the I got the collection book.
I have the book right now. I'm looking at it, but I'm talking about when I was collecting single issues. Dude, I was also bummed that the one I really wanted was T'Challa Black Panther for like the Black Album. Never popped.
Oh, I got
so sad.
I made sure I got that one.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this was like what, like 2016, maybe 2015. I wasn't like, I've always liked Black Panther, but like it was never. I wanted it for the Jay-Z reference. I didn't want it for the Black Panther reference.
Yeah,
I got that Black Panther book is fire.
Which one is that? The Ta-Nehisi Coates one?
Yeah, Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Ta-Nehisi. I couldn't get into it, man. I read the first 2 volumes and I just didn't enjoy it. Like it just.
I kind of understand that because it does start off really slow.
Yeah, it's really
just it's really about like world building. You know, just like he's explaining like all the stuff that's going on, and when you do get action scenes, it's very far and in between. But still, it's a really good book.
It's just so wordy, which makes sense. He's an actual author, and it was cool. But I was like, there were too many books coming out then that I like really wanted to read. That I was like, I'm not about to just waste my time with an okay book at the time, and that's what I thought it was. That was when like the Jeff Lemire Moon Knight run was coming out, which is like one of my favorite runs in a long time. So I was eating that up. I was eating up the freaking. I think that was Champions. I was reading a bunch back then. Now I have to just kind of catch things when I can.
I'm not even I read Mark Waid's Champions. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I much prefer Jim's Up and then what Eve Ewing's doing right now.
I liked it a lot, man. I actually, from what I did read, I actually really liked it a lot. But also, I mean, some things hit with other people. Like, I don't know, it was cool. But I really wish they did more of the hip hop covers because there's so many classic albums they haven't even touched. Like, I would love to see like a Blueprint reference. I would love to see like a College Dropout reference, like stuff like that. Like, there's so many iconic covers that like they didn't even get to. I don't know why they stopped.
Oh, I see what you put. Yo, wow. Yeah, this is it. This is it.
I accidentally just left. Oh, dang, Brian.
That's it.
That art is dope, dude. Bro, Cyclops is by far my favorite X-Man, bro. I freaking love that character so much. It's like, he's kind of like the reverse Captain America. He's like the Boy Scout, God. But like, has that like darker side.
This is it. This is, man, that got me.
That's cute. Is Aiden even here still, bro?
Okay,
I've been here the whole time, Finn.
I asked you a question earlier. You didn't respond.
Well, you know, you did cut off my pickups earlier, so I've just been waiting to go
I was
back.
thinking the same thing.
Aiden, I'm so sorry.
Finn went on the longest tangent ever, and I was
So
just like,
sorry,
it's okay. No, trust me, you're fine. I think I only had a couple.
I thought we were just.
little
I
things.
didn't realize I cut you off. So
No,
I just
dude,
I
you're
just kept
fine.
going.
You're completely fine. And I just haven't had much to say because I haven't read a lot of the runs you guys were talking about, so I didn't want to jump in.
Aw, you gotta hop on these runs,
Aiden,
Aiden.
I
get
know.
on here and say some stuff.
I'm right
For
here.
real.
I'm right here. I will say though, just to update this crowd, because I know you guys, most of you guys were following it, but I finally got a mail back from BBTS about my ubiquitous dio that I got, and I think they're gonna ship me a whole new set, and then I can just replace the parts from my like misfunction one to like that one, and then send like whatever set they send me back to them with like the broken parts, and hopefully that'll work pretty well. So fingers
Oh, that's
crossed.
cool.
I'm hoping that solves the issue because it's a real pain right now.
Oh yeah, it is. That dial was too damn expensive to be broken.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, for
Too expensive
real,
to be
bro.
broken. Honestly, it's too expensive for what it is too. Because if you have an imagination, you can do like whatever sets you want to do. But for me, at least, before I experimented with it, I had no idea of what I wanted to build, and that like fear of like trying to construct with those like pieces anything is horrible because it's so difficult to like make in general, and Ubiquitous only includes like one bummy construction in their like manual, and other than that you're completely on your own, which sucks. And then they just like they don't really tell you like anything else, and it's super hard on the hands to build. It takes a really long time if you like make it big. So anyway, I'm pretty happy that they're sending me a new set so I can replace it my way. And that was I think that was really the only other pickup I forgot to talk about was the Ubiquitous diode, the second one technically that I picked up, the light up set, which is pretty awesome for sure.
Yeah, I have 3 of them.
Yeah, I have one non-light up, one light up right now, and I definitely love all of them that I've gotten. But yeah, it's super annoying.
Extremely.
Yeah, that's why I'm after this I'm
the,
done.
Shot you did, Aiden.
What do you guys say about it, Brian? Huh?
Looks
Wait,
eerily
which shot?
familiar to one Mr. Wisman.
I did
Aiden's bite. Bro.
completely tell him
Yeah,
though
straight bite, yeah.
that I was doing it. If I just did not tell him I was making that set and not doing that, I would have been in some deep trouble. But I told
Sure.
him.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, I asked
you
him
said- you
more
said
times than I
you
can
did put
count on how to build
inspired.
it.
You did put inspired.
It's-
by,
it is
so I
inspired.
Like ripped off from.
Oh,
You know what
come
I'm saying?
I just built the same set
You
he
even did the
used.
same poses. Come on, man.
Dang,
There's only
Aiden,
one
bro.
way.
There's
There's
no
only like
originality.
2 ways to
Aiden
pose
can't think for himself.
soldiers like standing straight up, looking
Say
menacing.
it on something more original. You guys want one with your Rangers, but I know you don't shoot those. So.
Oh, you told me. Wait, whoa, go back. Hold on. Who
Bro.
was it? Ty. Someone said I should do a ranger shot on the Ubiquitous Dio on that set, and you said that wouldn't work out canonly, like with anything that's come out Rangers wise.
I said
Uh-huh.
you could do it with Draken and the Rangers because Grace's facility in the comics could work, but you don't have SPD, which is like the most logical season, and Time Force very would work. You don't have those figures.
It's true.
Dang,
Well, I feel like
Aiden, he's basically calling you a brokey for not having him, bro.
the space one might
No,
work,
it's more of
right?
a casual.
Oh.
I'm okay
Don't
with
talk
being
like
a
that,
casual Rangers fan, yeah, because it's true. I'm not even a casual Rangers fan, honestly. I'd probably say I'm like, I don't even know what I classify myself as, but I'm below casual Rangers fan.
Hype beast because you bought those figures. You don't make
No lies, deception,
Dang. Aiden, you don't
liar.
want to talk to you like that?
I'm okay with it.
Nah,
I
you keep buying these Rangers so then we can keep money into this property.
He just bought them out of working
Buy
team.
them all.
He didn't even buy the villains. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yet is the key. I'm picking up some putties. I have so much. I have like so many purchases I am making or like need to make right now because I have my synthetic human pre-orders I still have not paid for yet. So those are coming in. I want to get some hand ninjas from AI. I need like a lot of those, especially with the Legends ones dropping. And then the putties. for
any
my-
AI.
You can
Oh, I need to
get
get me some
the
putties
Zed
for
and Rita
sure.
2-pack. You would get 2 villains in one go from Lightning Collection.
I've seen that 2-pack so often and just passed on it just because I have
And
like
you should
wasn't
get
ready.
it, man. It's
I'm
actually,
going to.
It actually looks pretty solid. I don't have the Rita, but that Zed is one of the best figures in the whole line, in my opinion.
And the Zed is better painted than the way Runner was.
True. True. Oh.
And the Lightning Collection villains always go on sale, the monsters, so there really is no excuse.
No,
Come
they're
on.
really well. Yeah, except my interest in it, and I think it's been growing a little bit. So I think I'm gonna pick it up. But one thing I failed to mention, I picked up last night / yesterday evening was the new Silver Surfer, the Walgreens exclusive one that's been hitting stores.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, which I'm pretty
Are
psyched
you gonna
about.
read the book it's based on? Or?
Of course I will. Yeah, that is something I will do for sure. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think it's going to pass. I've been wanting to do Infinity Gauntlet recreations, like some heavy ones, for a while, but I still need Adam Warlock and then probably a little bit more of a classic Silver Surfer. Although I will say in person, he's really not as dark as he looks like in some photos and just kind of like when you look at the figures. He definitely is a little more silver, but I still think he's too dark probably for some of the recreations I want to do, but we'll see.
I know a lot of people like where some people hit it with a what is it, paint marker, something like that.
Yeah.
Current
Yeah,
marker?
I've seen people, yeah. I mean, I've seen people do it too with just like spray paint. I mean, I've seen people do like all sorts of customs to that figure, but why would you do it when, you know, they literally released the correct version? You just have to go and buy it, so.
No,
That is
first
facts.
version's
They also just
expensive.
need to re-release that. I don't understand why they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe in the
Man,
Fantastic
that's
Four
some
retro
boo.
wave.
I would love that for sure. I'm
Yeah, they do.
hoping. I'm hoping we get a
That's the
classic Guardians team re-release because we only got that one pack, right? It was like an Amazon exclusive pack or something, and I think we
So I
need.
was not even collecting at that time.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you
I
mean-
wasn't either.
Oh, I got that pack. I
Classic
love that
Guardians
pack, bro.
That's why I want to
It's been,
re-release.
The OG.
Such a good.
Yeah.
That's such a good set, bro.
Yeah, I want
I
like
got
the
that set for like $50, I think.
comic
when it was out.
Guardians looking great. Like I definitely want them to re-release. I think I feel, and I don't know if you guys feel the same as me, but I feel like Legends hasn't touched as much of the mystical, I guess, spacey like universe of Marvel. Like they've touched. I mean, we've got Fantastic Four, we've gotten Guardians at one point, but I guess now we're getting some more like stress on the Nova Corps and Nova himself. I'm trying to think of what else
Why
they've
is
done.
that? Bro, Aiden, why is that pack $400 on eBay? bro?
Because, dude,
Well,
they haven't touched Guardians in a long time. At least comic Guardians, like at all.
When did that set come out?
It,
2014.
Are
yeah,
you sure?
around then, probably
That's
even.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, it's super old. Like, and I wasn't collecting until like late 2016, so I missed out on it completely. And I'm
It was 2015.
2015.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I didn't get it for like.
Still, long.
I didn't get it for probably late 2016, early 2017. But I remember it was like almost getting clearanced out. Like not clearance, but like it was going on sale all the time. So I think I got it for like $50.
Yeah, it's an awesome pack. And again, like I said, I don't think they're touching a lot of like the galactic stuff that they should be.
I saw it retail. It was a little above retail when I was at Universal Studios.
Yep, Gary, I've been to that exact
I
one.
can't remember the name of it.
I'm
But I've
trying to
been there a
remember
few
too.
times. They're cool. I have a friend. She goes there too.
They have a lot of
They
hot
have
toys too.
And I just walked out of here. I should have bought it. I was like, oh, they got Legends. All right, that's cool.
Like that's cool, but also like the set isn't anything super crazy. Like the Gamora is kind of mid, the Rocket is mid, the Groot is fine.
I bet.
The Drax is
How old it
fine.
is. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
for
that
real.
Gamora.
That
That
Star Lord
Drax-
still holds up though, bro.
That Drax isn't even accurate to the run they're trying to do. He
That's fair.
wasn't even on the Abnett team like that, looking like that. That's
This
more
is
like a
why
big
we
design.
need re-releases in a whole new way. Like we need Guardians. Again, we need a lot more. I feel like done. I mean, the Kree. We have not. I don't think we've touched any comic Kree, have we? Besides, I guess technically, like, let's Ronan.
Kree stuff
in the No.
old Legends
Genesvel is a Kree.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Come on, though. Like
Captain Marvel stuff.
being real with like actual like the Kree
Carol
force and
is a
stuff.
Kree.
I mean, we got the original Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm not talking
Yeah.
about
Okay.
either Marvels. Like I'm talking straight like Kree
They're all
soldiers.
Kree.
The same with scrolls. I mean, we got the super scroll, but we don't have like a scroll like
that is
general
buns.
scroll.
That was a Build-A-Figure, bro. That was so trash. I never will ever complete that. Like,
I
come
got
on,
it.
bro. The only way you want us to have scrolls is by building a bunch of waves. Really?
I'll probably get the Super Scroll because I really want that Fantastic Four team. Because I'm all about those current looks.
I like the
I
current
like the
looks
current looks
too.
I
I'm
have
happy I
season.
kept them.
I don't think the figures look that crazy. I need to get the original Invisible Woman still. I never picked it up, and I saw it 1,000 times, bro.
Oh, I have that whole set of the one exclusive 4. I just don't. I don't like using Johnny because he's just all fired up.
I want to get that Sue Storm eventually. I really do.
She's nice. I think the new Stu Storm's
That's-
head sculpt's a little better, but
That thing, bro, still holds up so well.
it always
that
will.
one
It's a
is
great
Logos,
figure.
But that's really it.
But like, yeah, I guess that's fair. But like, he doesn't really need them. Like, I think it's great just how it is, you know.
I don't know. He's so close to being able to put his fist into his hand, but
That's
he
fair.
has the single elbow, so he can't do it.
That's fair.
We have a new announcement of a new
Oh.
member that has joined our chat here.
Whoa.
He's been waiting.
The one, the only,
For a long
my
time.
boy.
He is when he comes off mute.
This
Council-
time, I thought nobody was in the voice chat.
We're in a secret one that is
Is
on
this-
air. That's why I
Dude,
was.
is this
pointing to it.
Councilman Ty?
Oh
Yes,
my
it is
god.
one.
God.
Councilman, it's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm glad to be a guest.
Is this Cloak himself, Ty Johnson?
Hello there, Ty guy.
Oh, himself. What's up, man? How are you today, man?
So good. It's so good to hear your voice, man.
That's so good to hear yours as well.
Thank you.
So we're just hanging out, Ty. We're talking about pickups and releases and just stuff like that. And for the people in the chat and the viewers we have, if we have any, this is Southern Symbiote on Instagram joining us, and we're just gonna be hanging
What's
out.
up, everyone?
Exactly what we've been doing the whole time.
All right, let's
You've been
chop it
talking
up.
about comics, Ty. I know
We
you've been
have
like
it.
heavy into the stuff you've been reading right now.
I've been backtracking on a lot of comics I missed out on over the past couple years. I took a break, but gotten back into it, and Mockingbird right now has got to be one of my favorite reads so far.
Yeah.
Such
No,
a nice
I have not
character.
read a Mockingbird run.
Oh, it's really good, man. Check out the 2016 run. It's super good.
What is like?
It's only
Who's she
8
rolling with
issues
in
'cause it
that
got canceled.
in that run?
Nobody. It's just a
just
solo
her?
run for her.
Solo. Interesting. How much does the figure go for now?
Not too much. You can get it loose
Yeah.
on eBay for no less than $10.
Yeah, I have it.
I'm about to say it's
not
nothing
even
with
that
Peggle
good of a
figure
figure anywhere.
ever.
It's
It is a good figure.
and I've heard from Brian and another one of my friends that it's a really good female legend figure. So
It is. Yeah, I
I
own
like
it.
it a lot.
I actually
Only
did a
thing
shot
that
with
holds
her,
it
so-
back is like the really stiff hair and the
Yep.
lack of range in the elbow.
Yep.
yeah,
That's it. And her look is good. I mean, she got the glasses that come off. Solid figure. I mean, I just did a shot with her recently. Really good.
Yeah, it's
It's a
13
good
ships
shirt.
sealed on eBay right now.
Yeah.
That onslaught
Yeah.
bath I really like.
Yeah, I completed it, and
I
then
almost completed it, but then I was like, nah.
yeah,
And
Bro,
that's
I
something
completed
that-
it, and then Diego Carlo hooked me up with the head. I appreciated that.
That's
The
what's up.
alternate head.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the Red Skull one was fine, but I like the Magneto type looking head, so I was excited about that.
Yeah, the only one I've ever gotten was the Red Skull head.
Yeah, the Magneto one came with Kitty Pryde, I'm pretty sure, and I
Kitty
picked
Pryde.
up that whole wave.
Which I passed on 100 times, and I
I wish
should
I had
not
that
have.
figure. I love Kitty. She's one of my favorite X-Men characters.
Me
I
too.
honestly
I got
feel-
scammed out of that Kitty Pride.
Oh, yeah, what happened?
That shit was
Oh.
hilarious.
Oh yeah, when they were like back in stock again.
Yeah, they were back in stock and they were for a decent price. And I managed to pick up one, and then the seller just could not sell it to me. It would not ship it at
What a
all.
bum.
And then they
Dude, that sucks.
to this day, I've never received my my refund.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
ridiculous.
Well,
That is
sucks.
ridiculous. Yeah, I think honestly, not shifting topics, but I feel like for me at least, in my memory, that Juggernaut wave was the kickstart of when Legends was just hitting consistently good waves and their, I wouldn't say their comeback because they weren't doing trashy figs as much, but they were really relying on the Bucky Cat mold, and it just kind of was feeling repetitive before the Juggernaut wave, and after they started really heavily hitting X-Men stuff, I feel like everything else just
I don't know.
compounded.
I don't think the
I'd say
Juggernaut wave
that,
is that crazy. I don't even think it's that
For
good.
the time-
I think
for the
it's
time-
Juggernaut wave is
I
the
think
time
there
even.
was.
I think that I like the Spider-Man Hobgoblin wave.
Yeah, I think the Hobgoblin should kick things off, but I still think the Juggernaut wave is the best X-Men wave they've done.
Yeah.
I think this new House of X wave is the one.
Time will
I think
tell.
so.
I know.
If Gene
I'm
wasn't
really
there,
disappointed with
I'm
that
like,
Gene
he's
figure,
Gene.
bro.
Yeah, the Gene.
I like Gene.
I feel like they always are
Torsos,
doing
barely any
Gene
movement.
dirty.
Legs
I'm
don't
excited
move.
about that figure. Y'all, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched the review on it? That thing has
No, I
no
haven't.
movement.
No. Stiff.
That's
That
sad.
sucks.
It's literally always Gene. Like besides the
Like-
the Love Triangle 3-pack, that Juggernaut Wave Phoenix was literally one of the trashiest figures to come out.
Yeah.
Bro, to this day, though.
Yeah, well,
This
wait
is
a minute. Take the heels off, and that's not a bad figure.
No, the
It looks
body
cool.
isn't, but that head sculpt is atrocious. Like
that
it-
head sculpt is the worst.
it
thing I've
shouldn't
ever
even-
seen.
No, that's why the 2-pack came in and fixed it. 2-pack said,
Right.
hey.
Yeah, 2-packs,
Sure.
300. Bro, here's the Hobgoblin wave, bro. This wave is so good. You need to put some respect on his name. You got Pizza Spidey, fire. Spider Girl, Mayday
Overrated
Punker,
figure.
really underrated. Anti
Yeah, I
Venom,
missed
okay,
that.
not a bad figure. Ultimate Spider Woman, awesome figure. Then you have the two goats,
Okay,
that
so-
Daredevil, which I love, and that Spider-Man 2099, which is
Ultimate-
still that Spider-Man
Daredevil's
2099
okay.
holds
It
up
does,
so well,
but-
bro.
Being a huge fan of Ultimate
Look at that,
Spider-Woman,
bro. I
that
just
figure
sent it
does
in the
not
chat.
do the character justice.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
does, but no female legends do if that one doesn't.
Yeah,
None
but
of them
this
do.
one completely misses the mark. They put her on
Yeah.
a teenage mold, and she's an adult.
Yep.
So,
And that
I don't know.
teenage
I
mold-
like the look. And I really like the way they did the
Yeah,
head
it's a
sculpt,
good
too.
look, but just upscale the figure. And you're
Yep.
fine.
I guess.
But they were
Um,
lazy and just put it.
If
on
anything, they should have made Mayday smaller. Or is it not Mayday? Is it
I don't
just
like-
May?
No, you're right. That's Mayday.
That's
Parker.
Mayday.
Okay, thank
I
you.
don't like that Daredevil figure. I have
I
it.
love that Daredevil figure.
I'm tired. I don't think Daredevil should be on the Bucky Cow body. He is like way more agile than that body.
Yeah, I agree. Nah, they're trying to make him bigger. People are trying to put him on the bullseye buck.
Is that a big? I thought the Bullseye book was smaller.
That's definitely bigger. That has to be bigger. It's wider.
nah, we gotta
At
put.
least.
If you want to make him bigger, we gotta put him on the new Punisher body. Give him those
The new
arms.
which body?
That Punisher rider's body. I want him choking out people.
He said he wants his shit beef.
He wants it bussing.
I want him choking. Have you seen those arms on the Punisher?
Yeah, dude, those things are huge. That's crazy.
You better get these 26-inch pythons, brother.
Facts.
Yeah, no, that wave is so good. That Spider-Man 2099 figure, bro, is still freaking chef's kiss to this day. I love it.
I think they can top it if they just do the exact same paint and
I think they
sculpting
could do
with
it.
on a new body, and
Yeah.
it would be
I thought it was a
better.
little thin for Miguel. I think Miguel should be like big.
Exactly.
I was like he was bigger than Peter. In my
If they
eyes.
did it on the
And
new
that's what-
Spider-Man body,
yeah.
as much as I don't like the neck, I think it would be like fire. They do a great job.
I think that
I'll
new
put it
House of
past-
X wave is one of
I'll
the
put it
best
past
looking Marvel
on,
Legends wave. In
I think that
of all time.
Cyclops. I'm getting that Cyclops because you can do so much with him. The rest
I
of
just
the
want them
wave, I
to
might pass
have
on.
different hands for the Cyclops.
Oh, wait,
I don't
no,
want-
Yeah,
and
they
Moira.
really,
I
they,
gotta
they
get
really
Moira.
do fumble the bag on that one. For every Cyclops figure ever, they always fumble.
Exactly. I'm so tired of just having one, pointed hand constantly.
Yeah.
But I guess the closest thing to being a miss in that wave is the Jean Grey. But I'm actually excited because I don't own a Jean
The
Grey.
closest,
And I want
that
it.
is
The thing
miss.
is the miss.
Yeah,
I don't even think
for
it's.
sure.
I guess it's a miss,
Look
but
at
it's
that.
it's still good enough. It's good enough.
The torso has no movement. The legs, the skirt's not
I
fluid.
thought it had the same type of articulation as Moira does on the waist. That's so weird. Why?
No,
No,
it
they're
doesn't.
different
That doesn't
bodies.
make any sense.
Yep.
It's a
Doesn't.
it's a new upper body mold.
Yep.
That's
So,
garbage looking.
they tried to do
Um,
the new Doom and have the diaphragm joint
Yeah,
or
Doom,
barbell joint in
Kang.
there, but
And
this
Doom
one
sucks.
doesn't move at all.
No.
But I
Is
will
it
say,
like
bro, that
skirt?
Cyclops,
The boots are
that
painted.
Cyclops
The boots are
looks
painted.
so
Yeah.
good.
The
that
Wolverine,
Cyclops
the
looks so
Cyclops,
good. That Moira looks amazing.
Magneto,
that Omega Sentinel looks
Professor
amazing.
X,
Magneto looks
Moira.
great.
Yeah,
that
the-
Wolverine and Professor
Omega
X.
Sentinel might be the comp for me for this wave.
I'm getting them all, bro.
Is they put her on Y jointed head.
Wide joints.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, and it's disgusting.
Wait,
But it's
what?
to make the sculpt look more uniform with no gaps where the team
That's
would
garbage, dude.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, this is garbage. But
Well, it looks like I'm just getting the fucking Omega Sentinel, and that's it.
yeah.
Nah, bro, you are not about
I'll
to pass
get,
up on that Professor X too. What are you talking about?
I'll get
Okay, you
Professor
know what?
X
Yeah,
for like Tony
Professor
Stark
X.
stuff.
Wait, that
Thank
means
you,
no
thank
Professor
you.
X?
I guess it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
but
the knee
Professor X's sculpt is the Vulture one, so it gets like no ab crunch.
That
No
sucks.
ab crunch.
I don't need him doing ab
That's
crunch.
cool.
Okay,
I don't need him
okay.
doing that
I'm
stuff.
excited for this wave. I don't know about you guys. I need to get a cloth cape for that Magneto though. That ain't gonna fly.
I'm excited for this wave too.
I'm super excited. I'm
Jack
copying
Owen,
every one of them.
Magneto,
guys.
Moira, and Omega Sentinel.
That
So,
gene is gonna suck to buy, but it'll be nice to have a stand-in until I get a gene that I actually like because
maybe just
like I said the
you
other
might be
day.
able to get it for a pretty cheap price later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
I was
what
gonna pass on that Cyclops until I read Champions. He shows up in that, so I gotta get.
Is he wearing that suit?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was in the most recent issue.
Yeah,
They're
it's
on
his
the
current-
run
I don't mind that
from,
suit.
Current look.
I
Cradle.
think, yeah, I'm getting.
You don't like this suit?
I know. I said I don't mind it.
Oh.
I'm a Jim Lee suit personally,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
like this one.
It was years.
Cyclops is
ago.
my favorite. Bro,
Hey,
Cyclops
man.
is my favorite X-Man, so I'm excited to get any iteration of him I can.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
I'm
I really,
excited.
that
I'm
Wolverine
excited for
looks
some of that.
really clean too. That looks.
My
That
favorite
looks
X-Men
I
doesn't even
think
have
that
them.
Wolverine's gonna disappoint you. That's for sure.
Probably.
Why?
I just think why
This one is this is the X-Force
X
body.
Force. Yeah, I
And
like
he
that
doesn't
body.
have he doesn't have the full articulation as the 90s Jim Lee Wolverine or the
Yeah,
other
he doesn't have
brown
the
suit.
boot swivel, but I don't know.
True. That's right.
Well, I like the color scheme a lot. I like the if it has decent paint. Hopefully it will, but I like the look of this one a lot. It's not. I mean, I have the other ones, so it's not like I'm gonna need to be replacing them. But I'm excited about it. And I don't own
That's
Magneto,
cool.
and he's one of my favorite villains. So
I really hope that Omega Sentinel. I've seen a couple reviews, but you know how people don't really like play with the toys. But
Yeah.
I really hope Omega Sentinel has the Dora Milaje technology, like engineering in her body, because Dora Milaje figures, all of those those are the best female Marvel Legends figures, hands down. If you don't
Really?
have one,
I don't own one.
I
don't
own
have
like
one.
6.
I don't know.
when you get one, you'll see, because you're gonna then you'll be like, why aren't they doing this for all the other figures then?
Yep, it's
Because their
true.
torso is the same, but it's way
Yeah.
more articulation.
Yep.
It crunches.
I have the Kia, so she has a lot of ring.
Yeah, I have like 6 of the Doras and then Koye too, and they're all really good.
So I kind of hope that Omega Sentinel has something similar to that. Even if she doesn't, she just looks a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
her
I just
articulation's
want a whole bunch
not
of her
bad.
just like shooting Power Rangers all day. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I just don't like the alternate head because she's not that light in the comics.
No, she's
a
not.
lot darker.
Yeah,
and her
no.
hair is black. I don't know
A
where they
lot
got that source
darker.
image from.
Yeah. For sure.
But I digress. I'll start collecting more X-Men stuff when they put out an all-new X-Men team. With
I need to start
Surge,
shooting
Odyssey, and all that.
X-Men. I like own
They put
X-Men.
out Astonishing. I'll get that, and they do X-Men Red.
If they do X Factor stuff, I'll definitely be copying as well. Some like certain X Factor looks, but yeah, X-Men's.
Wait, which X Factor? The 90s one? Because
They got the 90s one. They have the whole team except for what? Wolfbane?
Wolfsbane.
Wolfbane. That's it.
And that's the only one left. So,
Yeah, true.
but
But-
read that Strong Guy is a total annoyance. I don't like him as a character.
Yeah.
Me neither.
He also.
He's
That
just
sounds good.
mad thirsty.
Okay, well, unless you guys really want to keep going, this was again supposed to be a smaller stream, so I think we're good to go. Unless you guys want to, there's another topic you guys want to tackle. But other than that, I feel like it's been a pretty good hangout session, just talking to you guys and getting something on the channel for Thursday, our concurrent day we're going to be filming at every single week, and then of course we'll have smaller episodes probably earlier and later in the week for tackling reviews. Oh, and introducing, because he will be joining us, a new member of the, I guess, TV series review team. Besides Gary and Brian is Ty, and luckily he was able to get in here
yes,
and talk
yes,
to
sir.
us. So he's going to be joining us definitely for Mando later, but like for sure for
Yep.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Falcon and Winter Soldier for sure.
Ty
It's gonna be
is
super
much
good,
needed
man.
for the Star Wars content. My man is a encyclopedia. Star Wars.
X loves Star
Really
Wars.
is.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
a good-
I didn't know that race of people with that Ahsoka's from had so many different colors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have a crap ton.
It was like, oh yeah, there's a rare red one. I was like, what? If you're red, you're
Yeah,
red.
I also can't wait for him to join me in Falcon and Winter Soldier because we're both mad excited. for that
Huge
show.
fans, man. Oh, that show's gonna be so good. Falcon's MCU look or his new one. Spot on, man.
Fire. So good, awesome. So thank you guys for joining us, Finn.
Yeah, no
if
problem,
you want
man.
to
Yep.
say anything else, we'll
Yeah.
start rolling.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Hopefully we're going to be very consistent with these. Shout out to the homies, Brian, Ty, and Gary for joining us. It's been a blast.
No problem, bro. Don't
Appreciate
make
you
that.
all.
Anytime.
No problem.
Also, just for the viewers, tossing out the ats in the chat or whatever. This is at CapLives on Instagram, at GeekyFresh on Instagram, and at Southern Symbiote. For obviously our guests, if you guys are following the podcast, most likely you're following the hosts, I would assume. So I don't think we need to throw our ats out there. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.